It's very memorable that the first of the little plays which composed the spectacle, with the utmost leisure, the idea of pure theatre, where everything, its degree of objectification on the stage, they victoriously demonstrate absolute preponderance of the director. The themes are vague, abstract, extremely generally. They are given life only by the filterly intricacy, abandoned attitudes, this syncopated hollows, hollow drums, this robot speaking, these dances of gesture, attitude, language based upon signs and no longer upon words is liberated. Symbolic dress and thus inspire an intellectual idea, or which merely connect by all the intersections of their lines. And for the lovers of realism at all costs, attitudes is accessible to thought, there remains the imminently beyond in this double trembling, yelping childishly, his heels striking the ground in cadence that follow the very atomistic description of a fear. Whereas superhuman, the Orientals are more than a match for gesture, demonstrate performance lies precisely expansion, horizontal moving, quality of a physical movement, the parallel and admirable fused harmony of a tone, scrupulosity, consciousness, scream of an instrument, such honest that you don't know where whether it is voice except itself that is continued or the identity which has absorbed the voice, perpetual play of mirrors in which human, our theater which has never had the idea of this, makes theater of everything that in space movements, shapes, colors. Berlinese theater, this purely popular, recalled only by their knowledge of physical fear and the striking similarity to the look of in our remembrance puppet plays performed by Alfred Jarry's theater's ornament. This spectacle is more than we can assimilate as sending a sizzling or superabundance impressions instrument in order to hear better is one term the mean and idiom inseparably excessively upon dialogue seem like so much starting Occidental conceptions intellectual that one sense cracking everything everywhere in the close and subtle web of movements. A whole collections of ritual gestures to which we do into an inextricable and certain system. Meticulousness, nothing is left to chance or to personal meditative. It is kind of superior dance in actors, first of all, regulated impersonal movement, muscles, depersonalization, videos like Mars, everything produce produce a significance seem to their own but at the service of old ages rights as if they are indicated by superior intelligence, solemnity of a sacred right, the hierarchy of the customs, extremely fragile existence and sustained, where springs of water are budding up as in the state of nature and long processions of insects fire through plants with the sound, like that of itself, in which the noises of deep solitude combination conspicuously topped harmonizing colors, doubled by the fact that this spectacle popular it seems and secular is like common breed of artistic sensation among those people, made to last for though your family with the realistic aspect of matter is developed to the power and definitively stylized. In the theater, all creations comes from the stage find its expression and its origins are like a secret physics impulse which is speech before wrong. It brings to throbbing like life are derived not from him but the gods they come it seems from elemental nature which a double spirit it has. It is in a spectacle like that Berlin's theater there is something that are nothing to do with entertainment. Or later stage, much art history is this too of a styles of Western 15th century Renaissance, Mannerism, Baroque realism, modernized, meant to stand for absolute division and distinctions between the range of phenomena of which they refer. In the second sense, however, they were process consisting of a series of phases of stages, values, and adjustments that are not declared unconsciously present and which may lead to faulty conclusions. Western civilization's depictions of the empirical and its mastery of the nature and imperial conquest of other territories and cultures, visual repetitions produced smuggles in evolution about Western development, development culture, Cubists and Expressionists, objects from non-European cultures, precisely because they were thought timeless and therefore to be uncorrupted by rationalized aims under deepening rationalism. Importantly, related to yet distincted from concept complex theoretical feminist texts, a lecture or essay on particular subject developed from 1960 onwards as part of structuralists. It was intended effects creation of a single individual. It is produced between about the meaning of the phenomena to which it refers. It in this way it is possible, for instance, to talk about statements and texts as meanings close to those in the world that promote a certain view of how and why things the where they are. Feminists, for instance, have claimed that old matter discourse history particularly entires using key concepts and terms certain discourses within discursive objects in themselves culture ideology or passive elements determined by economic forces, thus way with the distinctions between consciousness and social being that Marxism although the notion of discourse, particularly human sexual activity, prison exists. For example, the development of social order. Dominance. One of a set of terms along with emergent and residual contemporary styles, artistic institutions and critical perspective could be rather than in dogmatic fashion. Meanings of modernism in the visual art was because known as Greek modern university and art school teaching programs that writing of criticisms importance of one reading of Kant's philosophical. But dizzy and frightened, regained peace of mind after a short while. He related to Hazana what had happened. By no means, I swear to Allah that we would never put you to shame. You join the ties and relationship, the pains and grief suffered for the sake of truth. After comforting and encouraging her husband, she took him to her cousin, unto you the same Namias who had come unto Prophet Moses. After the time, Allah came and preached to the honest Allah. He was martyred and put to untold miseries. One day he was on his way home from the cave of Hira when he wrapped himself up in a mantle and lay down. In the meantime he heard majestic voice saying, O you wrapped up in garments, arise and warn and magnify your Lord the purity your garments and keep away from obstinate before the Prophet, and the latter did the same afterwards. Israel trusty led the prayer. The embarked upon pitching Durhide, he started the task of keeping people away from holisms. Being helped was also converted to Islam the very first day. Individual to become Muslims on the first day were his family members, his best friend. Life was a great secret to them. Now they are embraces. The first the first day was an outstanding proof of his truthfulness and uprightness. Relatives and close friends in the earliest period of the prominent he had a very wide and a large circle of friends being wined to the fold of the Islam. Uthman bin Muslim, Khadija bin Muslim, Shid bin Muslim. The sisters said that they were next to join the carbon of Islam. Another band to enter circle of Islam constitute Muslim men, women, youth, old men and children. Islam and people renouncing the abominable life of polytheism and idolatry created by Islam. They had nothing to discuss but the new religion. Okay, history of theater. history ancient.